Welcome to another episode of the Rare Beer Club. I'm your host, the Ginger Yeti, and if you're new to the program, or new to the channel, the Rare Beer Club is a subscription club put out by the beerofthemonthclub.com. I receive a box just like this every month that contains 2 hand-selected beers, costing out about $60. I unbox the beers and select one to review kind of blindly. Then I review the second one at a later date. However, recently, within the last year or so, they started putting cans in this box. And it kind of feels like there might be cans in this one. But we'll see. So I have a big pile of these. I've been getting this for a long time. But I'm finally getting kind of sort of caught up. I'm into the 2025 boxes. And this is the March of 2025 box. So we'll get it open here. And I already recognize that brewery. They always come with this paperwork. Get the paperwork out, set it aside somewhere. I don't know where to set it for now. Oh, it's not two cans. I thought there was going to be cans in here. Now I'm just knocking things over. Get these beers out of the box. I'll pick up my artwork that I just knocked over that hopefully I didn't destroy. I got to figure out a better place to put this. My awesome drum head that Ben Savage from Whitechapel created for me. We got these 2 beers here. Now, I've reviewed beers from this brewery before. And this is... Oh, there's 2 different breweries here. Cool, because sometimes they give you 2 of the same brewery. So the first beer here is the... I don't know what that says, but it sounds delicious. The Joppen BV from Haarlem, Netherlands. Meisterstuk 2025. It's an imperial pastry stout at 11.11% ABV. That does sound delicious. The other one is the Lambiek Fabriek from Sint-Pieters-Leeuw, Belgium. It's Brett-Elle. It is an Oude Geuze at 6.3% ABV. So I got to decide which one I'm going to review. And I think because I've already had a couple of higher ABV beers this evening, if you can't tell already, I'm going to choose... This is hard. Because I kind of want to do some more work on this Brett-Elle. But an Imperial Pastry Stout probably isn't the best thing to choose tonight. So I'm going to go with the Brett-Elle. I'll put this pastry stout. Oh man, that sounds amazing. You have to come back and check this review out. A stroopwafel and campfire s'mores pastry stout. I'm excited to get into that one. I definitely have to do some work on that one so I can review it properly. So I'll put that one aside for a later date. That sounds phenomenal. So the one I've chosen, and I might have screwed up here, because the paperwork always says tulip, tiku, or goblet. This is the first time the paperwork has said tulip or tiku and hasn't said goblet. So I just had a goblet sitting here. I guess that's the beer, the glassware I'm going to use for this. So this is the Lambiek Fabriek, Sint-Pieters-Leeuw, Belgium, Brett-Elle. It's an Oude Geuze. And the bottle here, kind of plain, Oude Geuze Brett-Elle with like a goat skull on it, established 2016. There's a picture of that. On the back, okay, I do have a bottle opener. It says Brett-Elle. Oude Geuze Brett-Elle is a traditional blend of 1, 2, and 3 old lambics. The beer of spontaneous fermentation aged in oak barrels, bottle fermented, unfiltered, and unpasteurized. Brewed and bottled by Lambiek Fabriek. No Brett, no glory. Lambic beer aged in oak barrels. Open carefully. Ingredients: water, barley malt, wheat, hops. Government warning. Product of Belgium. 6.3% ABV. Brewed and blended and bottled by Lambiek Fabriek BV. And then it says, best before 20 years after bottling. And this was bottled in 2022. So this beer could age for 20 years. So that means this beer would still be good in 2042, which is insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know if you can see that on the bottle. I don't know if the light's going to help you at all, but there is a lot of sediment sitting on the side from where it was laid down. I don't know if you can see any of that sediment at all, but there's a big line of sediment right down. I can see tons of sediment floating around in that bottle. And we're going to get on into the paperwork here. Like I said, the Brewer Beer Club always has this paperwork. And we're going to take a look at it before we take a look at the beer. This is a pretty brand new brewery for Belgium. Founded in 2016 in Sint-Pieters-Leeuw, Belgium, by two longtime friends, Lambiek Fabriek puts a contemporary spin on a classic style. Joe Panels and Joseph van Bostraten, I'm sure I butchered all that, who had known each other since childhood and had even worked together in Burgundy helping local winemakers with their annual grape harvests, started brewing Lambiek in 2006, experimenting with styles and ingredients in a converted garage. By 2015, they decided to open a commercial Lambiek brewery, with Joseph taking on the role of master brewer and Joe becoming the zithologist, assisting with blending and taking on all non-production roles. Zithologist. I'll put the definition in there if it's not too long. If not, it'll be in the description. Taking on all roles from finance and accounting to sales and marketing. Their venture has been quite the success, with Lambiek Fabriek racking up numerous awards, including a slew of gold, silver, and bronze medals from the prestigious annual Brussels Beer Challenge. While wine is well known for the concept of terroir, a wine's unique character reflecting the region in which it's produced, beer is not typically thought of in this way. However, Lambiek is perhaps the most prominent exception in the world of beer. This traditional Belgian style relies on spontaneous fermentation using the wild yeast in the air, creating beers that are unique to their birthplace and unlike anything produced anywhere else. This already sounds like it's going to be a phenomenal beer. Lambiek Fabriek brews its Lambiek using a traditional recipe which consists of approximately 35% wheat and 65% malted barley, along with aged pellet hops. The stainless steel coolship used at their Zun location from 2016 to 2021 was locally made and split into two equal halves, each holding 1,200 liters, allowing a full brew to fill the entire coolship. The wort's pumped over at around 95 degrees C and allowed to cool until it reaches 22 to 23 degrees C before being transferred to barrels. Master brewer Joseph, assisted by Joe with blending, ensures each bottle is 5,000 liters. Each bottling is 5,000 liters. Bottling is semi-automated in Rustbroek with a capacity of 1,300 bottles per hour. It's a lot of bottles. And I don't know if we really need to talk about anything else here. Get on the beer. We're traditionally excited to offer the Brett-Elle Oude Geuze from Lambiek Fabriek for the first time to our Rare Beer Club's members. It is a blend of 1, 2, and 4-year-old. The bottle says 1, 2, and 3. Paperwork says 1, 2, and 4. I think they're wrong there. Old Lambics and is aged in oak barrels. The name derives from the wild Brettanomyces yeast used in its production. Upon pouring, a pillowy white head forms that recedes but sticks around, almost like a Pilsner head. So let's open it up and get into it. This has a bottle cap or crown, whatever you want to call it, and there's a cork in there that I'm going to have to use a wine bottle opener to get to. So this might be an interesting bottle opening. Cork here is like the same as what's on the label. If I remember, I'll try to take a picture of that. Who knows if I'll remember. I'll try. Get my trusty Rare Beer Club bottle opener out. Got the crown off. And that looks like a natural cork, which is cool. I prefer natural cork over composite cork just because. I don't know why. Personal preference, I guess. So now I got to open this up like a wine bottle, which means this will end very poorly. Try to get this in here as the bottle spins, as I chew up the cork. Yeah, this is not going very well. I am Totally destroying this cork. This is an exercise in futility. Maybe if I get it down there a little bit. Probably shouldn't have let the bottle spin so much. Maybe I'm getting a better grip on it now. See if I can get this cork out of here without any more nonsense. Nice pop. Not really climbing up the bottle. Totally chewed up this cork. And I'm not sure. I thought it was like natural cork, but it now that I look at it and feel it, it feels like it's like composite cork, which I don't like those composite corks. It does have like the Lambiek Fabriek name on the cork. But I didn't do the best job of opening that up. Go figure, right? At least it didn't overflow everywhere and blow up like I thought it was going to. Let's get this in the glass. It already smells kind of fruity and wild and funky. Glug, glug. So what are they saying here? Upon pouring, a pillowy white head forms that recedes but sticks around. Definitely a pillowy white head. It's kind of soda-like. Beer shows a golden straw color with a haziness you expect from Lambic. Brett yeast is evident in the smell, absolutely. Funky barnyard scent and marks, man, my mouth is salivating already. That marks a well-made, naturally fermented Lambic, absolutely. But there's also a sweet note to the scent, reminiscent of freshly sliced nectarine. Yeah, I actually picked that up. Wow, that's all I talk about with the scent. It does have that barnyard funk. That it's also got that whatever the lambic sours things, whatever that scent is, it makes me really salivate. But it does have that kind of nectarine smell. It's also like that sweet nectarine smell. It's got that funk, and that is definitely it had a pillowy white head that definitely dissipated, but dissipated like soda-like. Oh, excuse me. It is a golden straw color with a haziness, for sure. Let's get into the sip. The first sip of the Brett-Elle Oude Geuze presents a vivid lemony tartness. Let's see if it's got a vivid lemony tartness. Cheers, everybody. Oh, yeah, it's like biting into a lemon. Oh, that is definitely tart. That's like biting into a lemon. Oh, mouth puckering. As the beer warms up from cellar temperature, that tartness smooths out somewhat, but still delivers lemon, berry, green apple, and some bright floral qualities. There's a hint of bitterness in the long finish to balance out some of the fruitier notes. Despite being aged in fresh oak barrels, wood notes are subtle across the entire tasting. There's a bright effervescence to this lambic, apparent from the initial pour, which makes the fruit elements pop and provides a fizzy and refreshing mouthfeel. Once again, these Belgian beers, if you watch my channel, you know I hate all the carbonation. The carbonation is on the verge of being annoying, and I dislike that much carbonation, but it's on the verge, it's on the line. It's like pop rocks in the mouth, but it's not hard to swallow like that beer I had the other day. Fizzy, refreshing mouthfeel, a sunny day in a glass. Yeah, I guess so. It carries the complex and subtle flavors of this naturally fermented Oude Geuze all the way from first sip to last. Aging and pairing. Would pair well with fresh fruit. Yeah, I can see that. A salad with arugula and raspberry, or even poached cod. They come up with some of the weirdest things. Or turbot, with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprig of tarragon. Alternatively, you could pair it with a cheese board. Yeah, whatever. Age this one upright so the yeast can settle. I didn't age it upright. That was my mistake. In a cool, dark place, and drink it within the next 2 years to get the best experience. They say the next 2 years, but the bottle says like 20 years. Crazy. So again, this does have a lot of that carbonation I dislike in beers. A lot of them are just overly carbonated. This is on the verge of that. I mean, if you just agitate it a little bit and you see lots of carbonation foaming up. But it's not crazy like that Straffa Hendrick I had where it hurt to swallow and just was unpleasant to swallow. This is super tart. It's like biting into a lemon tart. Get great fresh lemon flavor. Some sweet fruits in there. Maybe even a honey sweetness. There's a light bitterness in there. It's tart. I guess maybe some green apple. It is tasty. As much as I complain about the carbonation doesn't detract from this beer. It's right there again on the verge, but it doesn't detract from this beer. If you like Oude Geuzes, if you like tart beers, like mouth puckering tart beers, you would love this beer. This beer is delicious. This is an amazing beer. I'd be interested to see what this beer tastes like after it's been aged for a couple more years. I mean, the bottle date says 2022. This is from the 2025 Rare Beer Club box. It says you can age it for 20 years. I'd be interested to see what this beer tastes like in 5-8 years from now. But this is a phenomenal beer. It's super delicious. Really enjoyable. I'd give this beer a big 2 horns up. Have you had this beer? Have you even heard of this brewery? It's pretty crazy to have a beer from a brewery that's that new from Belgium. I mean, European breweries are generally quite old, and it's kind of crazy to have the Rare Beer Club showcase a beer from a brewery from Belgium that's only 10-ish years old. So this must be a pretty good brewery. They must be doing a really good job, obviously. They've definitely done a great job with this beer. So let me know down below in the comments if you've made it this far in the video. Have you heard of this brewery? Have you seen this beer? Have you tried this beer? Have you had anything from Lambiek Fabriek? Let me know down below in the comments about that. Ooh, excuse me. That's that carbonation getting to me. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you look forward to my video on the, what was that called? The Meersterstruck, the pastry stout. I can't wait to get into that beer. Please keep your eye out for that video. Thank you all for watching. And as always, embrace the adventure.